Hello! We're on the ground with Ground Chuck for Amelia's Spooky Story Boutique. I'm your host, Ground Chuck, and today we're talking with Samantha from the Tinker Swiss Cottage in Rockford, Illinois.
Hey Chuck, it's great to be here.
Thank you for spending some time with us today. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Well, shall we?
Yeah, let's get going.
You probably get this question a lot, but what is this place?
You're right, we do get that question quite a bit. We are a Victorian house museum that was built in 1865 by Robert Tinker. He modeled it after a Swiss chalet, which is where we get the Tinker Swiss name from. It's called a cottage, but it is a 22-room Victorian mansion. The Tinker family lived here from 1865 until 1942. They kept all of their belongings, so we have over 10,000 artifacts in our collection, and we've been open as a museum since 1943. So we have been a Victorian house museum for over 80 years.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with cottage or Swiss cheese. I heard there's a big mound in the yard. Is this related to groundhog activity? And if so, how might I get involved?
You're right. We do have a large mound over by the old oak trees in the gardens. While we do have a lot of groundhogs and groundhog activity around the property, this mound is not from the groundhogs. This was a Native American conical mound, which means it's in the shape of a dome, and it has been archaeologically tested. We do know that it dates to approximately 1100 and is in fact a Native American burial mound.
I heard you completed some considerable renovations recently. Did you uncover any woodchuck burrows?
We have uncovered a couple of burrows, but not near the renovations. The cottage has undergone a lot of work recently. Over the last year and a half, we have replaced the cottage roof. We have repaired a part of the upstairs ceiling that collapsed due to the old roof leaking. And we just unveiled a new renovation in the northern bedrooms on the second floor of the cottage. We call these rooms Jessie's room and the nursery. What happened was, with the old roof being so leaky, cracks appeared in the plaster, water got into the house, and the wallpaper that had been put up in the 1950s was destroyed. So we had the old wallpaper taken down, the cracks in the plaster were repaired, and brand new Victorian era wallpaper was put up. While this may not be the original wallpaper in the room, it's very similar to something the Tinker family would have had, and it brings it back to that beautiful Victorian grandeur.
My last question. I heard this place is famously haunted. Are there any ghosts available to talk to us right now?
You're right. We are famously haunted. We've been on Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters, Paraflix's Expedition Entity, and most recently we were on Travel Channel's Jack Osborne's Night of Terror. While we have a lot of fun paranormal nights, unfortunately the Tinker ghosts weren't able to be with us tonight for this interview.
Thank you so much, Samantha, Swiss Cheese Factory. That was an enlightening interview, and we appreciate your time with us.
Thank you, Chuck. We are so excited you were able to join us here at Tinker Swiss Cottage Museum.
Well, that's it for today's episode of On the Ground with Ground Chuck. Thank you all, and God bless.